Good afternoon, everyone. It's Jeff, the techpreneur for the people, and this is a quick little version of my new TechP What's the What show. I give me 1 second here and get locked in. I wanted to come and drop in real quick. I was actually just talking to one of my clients, and we've been working together for quite some time. You guys may have seen a testimonial that we did of her a couple years back. Well, things are progressing, and we're now to the point where we've gotten her legal representation, and the engagements are going on between the agency side attorney and her attorney and her representation. And she was calling me to figure out like what all this means. And so essentially what happens is the agency side or a corporation's lawyer will always, in the term of going towards arbitration, they will always seek to file or they will file a motion for summary judgment. And basically what they're doing is they're trying to go to the judge and say, let's just throw this out. This doesn't have any merit. And so I was very excited because I was actually acting as her representation for a while. And then once it got to a certain point, I was like, we got to get you a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I can do a lot of things, but we're not going to have a good result if we don't get a lawyer. So she was calling me and telling me that asking me what this motion for summary judgment and what this response that her lawyer had put together, what it all meant. And so I was explaining that to her. And so she was very appreciative of it. I feel very, very confident that the lawyer did a great job in putting that together, that response, much better than I would have been able to do on her behalf. And this particular client is the single mother of three that had a female manager, white manager, attack her in the workplace, and also had a nerve to, on her personal Facebook page, have how she was a bully and how the people at work better know that she's a thug out in the street. She had another little emoji of this little mean-faced character urinating on the state of Texas, like all on her personal Facebook page. Kind of really showing a bit about herself. And so her name is Miss Carol. And so my client made a comment, and she said, she said something about Miss Carol that was less than nice. And so I was like, well, wait just a minute. We're going to do nothing but love Miss Carol, because we don't want to carry that type of energy around with us. Carol gonna have to, whatever she believes in or whatever the case is, she's gonna have to deal with whatever karma or whatever seed she's sown or whatever it was, because in this particular case, she really showed her true colors, and she went on to show them on Facebook and other places as well. And so I started to think about the use of the word Karen. And so I'm not really sure what Karen means. I'm sure it means something to everybody. I think of a Karen as someone that's just kind of out in the community, that's just kind of, got a very self-centered view of herself, and doesn't think about how the world applies to other people, and is not embracing others. And so I want to hereby, in this moment, announce that the corporate version of a Karen is Carol, Miss Carol. And so Miss Carol in the corporate workplace does things she knows they're not right, and she feels like she can get away with them just because she's done it in the past and she's seen others get away with it, and so she can just throw her weight around and she can be a bully. That's the new Miss Carol. So we got Karen, and then you have Miss Carol. And my team, and I got to talk to my virtual thought leader over there at Merck Universe. We're going to recreate these instances to be able to make them teachable moments. And so Miss Carol will be a star for years to come. And through integration media, through the training courses that we have, and people will understand that the last thing you want to be is Miss Carol in the workplace, because going forward, people are going to have a place to go when they need some resources to make sure that they are being treated fairly. And so, with that being said, I was just feeling great about being in position to be able to help others. Um, I have my own set of challenges that pushed me to the point to where I felt like I had enough pain to be able to envision a solution for everyone who faced these types of challenges. And so it's a very, very what's the right word? It's a very, very humbling moment to be in position to know that what I set out to do was to help people. We're already helping people. I had another client that was calling me about whether or not the legal team had served in his particular case, and so I had documentation saying that things have been done, and uh, had another client that called early today and was giving me some more information. And so before our technology has even launched, before we can actually get models in place to take certain types of payments and contracts in place to be able to formalize things, we've already began to leverage our vision and our methodologies and our relationships to make a difference for people. And that's what it's all about. I believe the current state of social media has made it to where people have forgot about helping people as much. And so I want to create, and I am going to create, and we are going to create a community where that's what it's all about. And when you're not getting that fair treatment, then you can let us know, and we'll stand up for you. And we're going to have amazing results. We already have amazing results. I was talking earlier with a former colleague, and we were talking about some other stuff that was going on, and I was telling him how in another case, an earlier client of ours was mistreated by a male manager who said some things to her, and then when she reported it, he wasn't very truthful about it, and so he had to meet accountability. In that particular company did go out and stroke a check to this young lady for her troubles, because it was an experience that they agreed she should have never faced from a leader within their organization. And so it's really all about people being treated fairly wherever they are. And so you'll see in the beginning that we'll have some stories that talks about those types of things. But then you'll also see that we're also working through our nonprofit, the People's Plug, and supporting people like Ray Shuford and To the Next Shift organization that are focused on. The data is showing a trend, an upwards trend in the amount of certain types of incidents amongst first responders. And so Ray is a former fireman, Dallas fireman, a former fire chaplain as well, and he has decided that this is the next level of his ministry, as he's retired a few years back from Dallas Fire and Rescue. Another interesting tidbit is Ray is like a big brother to me, and we're getting reconnected. We've been disconnected for so long because Ray used to cut my hair, and then once he went into being a barber, it was hit or miss of whether or not you could find Ray at the shop. So when I would come home from school or college, I would stop in. Sometimes I would catch him, sometimes I wouldn't be able to because he'd be at the fire station. And so, of course, life has just, happened over the last 20 years. And so now coming back together to support him and his mission and vision and plugging that into integration and our ideals and services around mental health to marry along with the things that he's passionate about. Just a quick peek at the type of work that we have, we're passionate about, and the types of things that we were envisioned and built to deliver. And that is the real heroes, those that are out doing the work on behalf of the people, will always have a place to turn to be able to connect in, to get the gifts of our community. And so that's what it's about. You know, I built Once Integration because my consulting firm, Diverse Perspectives, is about building solutions. And so to be able to think about the challenges that I faced, and then understand that I could fix them on my own accord, or maybe I was just talented enough, maybe I had enough vision to be able to fix them for everyone. And so we'll be able to have the data to support exactly what we're doing. I have another client who was offered $10,000 in a wrongful termination severance type of situation. And I think that he'll be offered somewhere in the hundreds of thousands when we're done with his. And so to be able to say from 10,000 to 300,000 or 100,000 or whatever the case is, to be able to have that data point of how you've impacted someone's life and making sure that they were not a victim and they had an opportunity to become a hero in their own story. For me, there's just not a greater feeling. And so with that being said, I'm going to go out here and check in with the family. I think my wife said she was getting her nails done at 5, and my daughter's got a play date coming in a little bit. And so I'm just gonna hang out and enjoy this Friday evening. I'm gonna make sure this gets posted. This is the TechP What's the What. Happy to come in and share the news that Miss Carol, to the Miss Carols out there, we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. And to everyone else out there, I've had some great conversations this week, jam-packed. Everyone is pumped. Everybody's impressed with what they've seen. And to any others that want to jump on the call and see exactly what this is about and what we're up to and how you can participate with your purpose on behalf of the people, the doors of Once Integration are open. And so with that being said, I'm Jeff, the techpreneur for the people. Peace.